Ah, Narcissus. The chap from Greek mythology, so enamored with his reflection he fell into a pool and drowned. Tragic, yes, but also a tad dramatic, don't you think? Still, his name lives on, attached to a personality type almost as fixated on themselves as he was. And here's the rub. Narcissism is more than just vanity. It's a complex cocktail of inflated self-importance, a desperate need for admiration, and a distinct lack of empathy for others. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, often leaving a trail of emotional wreckage in their wake. But fear not, for knowledge is power. And by understanding this tricky personality type, we can better protect ourselves from their less than charming ways. Think of it this way. Picture a world where everyone is constantly vying for the spotlight, convinced of their brilliance and utterly oblivious to the needs of those around them. Sadly, this is the reality for many who find themselves entangled with a narcissist. But before we delve into the nitty-gritty of coping mechanisms, because let's face it, sometimes a swift exit is the only option, let's first pull back the curtain and expose these emotional chameleons for what they truly are. Fasten your seatbelts, for we are about to embark on a journey into the heart of narcissism, where charm and manipulation collide, and empathy goes to die. Now let's put faces to the name, shall we? Meet Debbie, the office queen bee. Every achievement, no matter how small, is met with a symphony of self-praise. "Did I tell you about my promotion?" she'll ask, eyes gleaming for the 5th time that day whilst never bothering to ask how you are. Then there's Mark, the friend who turns every conversation into a self-aggrandizing monologue. Your woes fall on deaf ears, but mention your recent holiday, and suddenly, it's all about his even more exotic trip last year. And let's not forget about Penny, the social media maven, whose carefully curated online persona screams perfection. Every selfie, every post, a carefully constructed illusion designed to elicit envy and admiration. These, my friends, are just a few examples of the many faces of narcissism. They lurk in our workplaces, our social circles, and even, dare I say it, our families. Recognizing them is the first step towards protecting ourselves from their manipulative tendencies. Example: you're dating someone charming, charismatic, almost too good to be true. You're swept off your feet, only to find yourself, months later, walking on eggshells, constantly seeking their approval, controlled to their liking, and your own needs pushed aside. Sound familiar? This, my dear, is the insidious nature of narcissistic relationships. They begin with a bang, fueled by love bombing and grand gestures, only to devolve into a cycle of emotional manipulation and abuse. The narcissist's need for control can manifest in various ways, from subtle put-downs, such as why you never replied to their text or answered their phone call, to outright gaslighting. They thrive on the power they wield over their partners, leaving them feeling insecure, emotionally drained, and questioning their own sanity. The impact of such relationships can be devastating, leading to anxiety, depression, and a complete erosion of self-worth. It's crucial to remember, you are not to blame. Narcissism is a deeply ingrained personality disorder, and no amount of love or understanding can change that. Nature versus nurture, brewing a narcissist. Now you might be wondering, what creates these emotional black holes we call narcissists? Is it a lack of parental affection, a surfeit of praise, or perhaps something more sinister lurking in their genes? Well, the truth, as always, is a tad more nuanced. Experts believe narcissism is a tangled web woven from both genetic predisposition and environmental factors. Imagine, if you will, a child starved for attention, seeking validation through any means necessary. Now picture that same child showered with praise, their every whim indulged, their ego inflated beyond measure. Add to this mix a dash of genetics, a predisposition towards emotional detachment, and voila. You have the perfect recipe for a full-blown narcissist. Of course, this is a simplification of a complex issue, but understanding the roots of narcissism is crucial for developing empathy, even for those who seem to lack it themselves. Escape velocity, breaking free from the narcissist's grasp. You've spotted a narcissist in your life. Acknowledge its existence. Now extricate yourself from their web of manipulation. Establish boundaries, stand your ground, limit contact, prioritize your well-being, and reclaim your life. A final word: hope springs eternal. Navigating the treacherous waters of narcissism can feel like an impossible task. By arming ourselves with facts, setting firm boundaries, and seeking support, we can not only walk away but thrive. Narcissism affects countless individuals, leaving a trail of emotional casualties in its wake. But by sharing our stories, raising awareness, and offering support, we can create a world where empathy reigns supreme, and narcissism is relegated to the realm of Greek myths. And who knows, maybe one day, even Narcissus himself will learn to look beyond his reflection and see the beauty in the world around him. Until then, stay strong, stay informed, and remember, your worth is not defined by the opinions of those who lack the capacity to see it. Peace.